guys, it's Jess from Alden Dancing. I finally have another video for you, and sorry if I go ranty or very upset, but this just happened, and so I'm just still really annoyed. Um, so anyway, it's been a long time since I posted a video. I believe it was in like October, November. I was finishing up with internship, and now I'm on break, and of course, now my legs decide to fall apart, which I guess this would be the best time for that to happen. So this morning I noticed that my right leg, inside all of this lovely cosmetics hosiery, that there was a part kind of sticking really far out. I don't know if I can add a picture to the description. If I can, I'll add that. Otherwise, I will be showing you later in this video. So it was kind of sitting funny, and I just put my leg on as usual and heard a lot of almost kind of like air compression noise happening. So somehow the right leg has that sort of feature, but not really, because it's not really a suction situation. If you've watched any of my other videos before, you will see that I have a hinge, like a corset system on the right side, and then more of just a slide-on situation for the left side. But anyway, getting distracted already. So yeah, I took some pictures, sent them to my prosthetist, and was like, hey, I think something's up. Can I be seen in the next couple days? And she had an opening today at 2:30, so I went, and she was like, so good news and bad news. So good news is you can walk on this until it's fixed. Bad news is we're going to have to ship it out for a couple days. And I was like, no, I'm never doing that. Like, I live on my own. I drive myself around. I work for people who need me to take them around. I walk. I need to walk for a living. So that's just not possible. And my face went bright red, as it always does when I am upset. So when I'm really upset, it's obvious to people, or at least it's obvious to me, and it's really hard to calm myself down once that is happening. So my prosthetist, apparently, when these were being made back in 2012, she had them sent off to the Rochester location of Prosthetic Laboratories. Now they've merged with Hanger Clinic, so things are slightly different. There's more paperwork and hoops to jump through when it comes to dealing with breakdowns or anything like that. Yeah, so I guess I didn't realize that this particular component was sent off in the beginning, and she has no idea how it functions or what happens when it breaks, and it's now broken. So, yeah, upsetting to say the least for me. I'm somebody who, after having prosthesis for literally 29 years, I can pretty much fix a lot of the mundane things. If a screw comes loose, I can tighten that up. If some Velcro is coming undone, I will super glue it back into place. I am pretty resourceful. When a hinge is broken, I can't really fix that on my own, and I need help. What I don't need is to not have my leg for 2 to 3, probably a whole week of just it being gone. If I only have one prosthesis on, I can't walk, I can't drive, I can't do anything, and I don't have a wheelchair anymore because I have prosthesis. So I don't know what she's expecting me to do, and I really do adore her. She has been great. She's been helping me through all of this, but it's just so frustrating. Now I'm going to have to take a vacation day because I told her I'm not sending my leg out. I will drive the 3 hours to Rochester, Minnesota. I will have it fixed, and I will drive back the same day. Like, I can't be without my legs at all. Like, that's just not a possibility for me. I'm not somebody who wants to sit around on my couch and do absolutely nothing when I am completely healthy and fine. Like, I don't want to waste vacation time to sit in my bed, basically. Yeah, it's just so, I mean, I get for other people who are amputees, maybe they have allowed their prosthetist to send out, I don't know what's happening in this look here, have allowed their prosthetist to send out the prosthesis. I don't have another pair of legs that I can just put on. I'm not going to use crutches with one prosthesis. That is completely dangerous. I will probably trip and I will probably break my actual residual limb that is not wearing a prosthesis if I'm using crutches with only one leg. And by leg, I mean residual limb with a prosthesis. So, this being my dominant leg, the right leg, because it has a knee, it is completely going to F everything up. I am trying not to swear because I am known to do that. I still want to keep this available to everybody, but just know that there were a lot of profanities said on my drive home tonight, or this afternoon, I guess. So, yeah. And she didn't want to do anything, which I understand. Like, I don't want it to be worse when I go to Rochester or if somebody comes here. And the person I'm going to be working with is somebody who's treated me like a complete imbecile when it comes to dealing with prosthesis. And quite honestly, I have more of a career in working with prosthesis than this particular individual. So it's going to be a real grand old party when I go there in the next few days or next week. Because I already don't like this person because they treat me like I don't know what I'm talking about. They told me I can only wear tennis shoes for the rest of my life. No, that is not happening. I work in a professional field. I will wear dress clothes, and I'm not going to wear dress clothes with tennis shoes. And I have been wearing regular shoes forever, like since I was 4. So, suck on that, sir. I'm just going to be real aggressive about my feelings here. Yeah, it's just kind of mind-boggling that I'm going to have to, I mean, this is not a medical situation that any one of my friends or anyone in my family will ever have to deal with. I mean, physically, my entire body is fine right now, but a major component to my prosthesis is on the verge of completely failing on me. So that's cool. And then there was talk of putting another strap on my prosthesis. I already have, let's just count these, shall we? Try to be a lady here. So I have 2 layers of cosmetic hosiery. They are ripped and snagged because they are really expensive. They are $75 or $80 per pair. So there's 2 layers of this because since I've had prosthesis, I was in the era of having legs that look like legs. I don't want legs that are just poles. I like to be fashionable. I like to wear jeans. I like things to be fashionable. And I'm fine with other people not doing that. But for my personal preferences, it is to look like I have legs. Because I do. I have legs. So, I have 2 layers of hosiery. I have another layer of hosiery that is ribbed to kind of smooth everything out. I then have this cosmetic casing that goes around this hinge that is the impending doom of my life right now. This was scrap of material, and it's awesome because it doesn't, it allows me to not shred every pair of tights that I wear to work because tights are expensive. And they're not expensive as in, oh, $8 for a pair of tights. No, it's more that once you snag them, you need to buy another pair. And I am always snagging them. I am always buying tights. So it's just an annoyance, really. As you can tell, I'm still annoyed. So there's this layer. Then I have this strap. She wanted to add a second strap just below it and completely forgot that I even had this strap. It's hanging there. I then take off this huge piece right here. It is all Velcro together. And then we come to the suction sleeve thing. I don't really know what it's called. It keeps my leg on because it's attached to the prosthesis and attached to my residual limb. That gets rolled down. So, though that might not seem like a lot, it's a lot of steps, and I do it at least twice a day, if not 4 times a day, because sometimes I am reapplying bandages, readjusting socks. It's just a lot of steps for something that used to take 1 step, which was just putting a leg on and taking it off. Granted, those legs were severely uncomfortable, and they were from about 10 years ago, or 12 now. So, here is my prosthesis, and this stays up when I walk. We keep this in place. It's good. Now, this hinge can come completely out. It's not supposed to do that. I don't know what it is. I'm hoping there's a warranty. I still don't have insurance. I also can't see what I'm doing because my stupid screensaver just started. But anyways, this is what I'm dealing with. It's still a totally functioning leg, but if this was to fail further, if it was to crack the entire casing here, I would be SOL. I would be effed. I would be completely screwed. And it is just so frustrating that I would have to just send this off to another state to get fixed when, why wouldn't you initially say, hey, can you go to a different location? That's fine with me. Gas is very cheap right now. I can do that. But am I going to have to pay completely out of pocket for something that is broken after only 2.5 years? Because that to me is bullshit. I should not be paying for any of this. They cost a lot of money when I did have insurance, and now that I don't, they're costing even more money. So, now that I'm getting emotional, yeah, not sure what else to do about this right now. Has anyone else dealt with this? If so, great. Great for you. I'm sure it was equally as annoying. And I don't mean to be sarcastic to everybody, but I am just in a place right now of high annoyance, I will say. Yeah, so there's that. So I think next week, it's a high possibility, like 95% sure, I will be driving to Rochester to get this fixed with somebody that I don't really get along with. So, awesome. 6 hours of driving for like a hour-long appointment. Yeah, so this is my life. Once one thing is good, everything else starts to fall to crap with my legs. So, yeah. Yep. Fantastic. Hopefully my next video is a little more upbeat and whatnot. A friend of mine suggested doing a video on where to buy supplies to avoid going to the prosthetist. So maybe that's a good idea. I don't know. And if somebody tells me to go to a different prosthetist, I swear to God, I will delete your comment because I don't have insurance and I can't afford to go anywhere. So thank you. Thank you in advance. Yeah, any questions or comments, leave them below, but just know if you say I should go to a different prosthetist, I'm just going to ignore that comment, especially right now because I'm emotional about all of this. All right, goodbye.